I'm Brogan, and I was a Northumbria student when I went to Zambia, and I'm now working at Northumbria as a student and staff participation manager. I went to Zambia 3 years ago, and my placement was St Patrick's and Fountain of Hope. We were quite lucky. Obviously, it depends where your house is, but I think from most houses it's fairly accessible. So for us, it was just one bus, which dropped you off near enough where the Sporting Action office is, and then it was just a walk down. When we first got there, it was a gravelled piece of path. By the time the 6 weeks ended, it was a road. So you going out there now, being the luxury of having a fully pavemented road. I'm sure everyone says this, and every person says this about the placement they were at, but I 100% think it's the best placement and the best place in the world. They call it the Fountain family, so anyone that was there is part of that Fountain family, and it's really never been more true. And probably you'll listen to other people say it and me now, and you don't really understand, but you walk through the gates of Fountain and you just feel like you're at home. As cliche as that sounds, you really do. You feel like you belong and you fit in there. And that's down to absolutely everything. It's down to a few notable people. So Stephen and Isaac, who are the peer leaders, who will look after you there. They're absolutely brilliant. They've been through it. They lived in Fountain. They played there. And they just give their all. They know all the boys. They know all the girls. They want to know absolutely everything about you, from what your sister's name is to what your favourite food is to what English music's like. And they'll sing at you, they'll dance with you, they'll play with you. They will literally worship the ground you walk on, and you will worship the ground they walk on. The best people you'll ever meet, right down to the kids. Absolutely fantastic, every single one of them. Just whether they live there. So some of the boys and girls now, since I've been there, they've got beds for girls out there. Some of them will live there, some of them will just go to school there, some of them won't even go to school there. They'll just play football there. But no matter who it is, they're absolutely fantastic, and each one of them's different. So whether it's like little Tobias, who is just cheeky and full of mischief and the cutest little boy you'll ever see, to whether it's one of the girls that just pops in and out maybe and is a bit more quiet but loves it and just wants to get stuck in and wants to feel your hair and touch your face and see them as Ungu. There's absolutely everything, and yeah, no 2 days is the same, but what you can always rely on is the enthusiasm and the excitement. You walk through the door and within 0.001 seconds you've been jumped on by about 100 people. I have the ball over there, you're then being thrown over here to play volleyball and then back over to football training, and it's just the excitement and the enthusiasm and the smiles on the faces from like first thing in the morning till night time. It's second to none. It's unbelievable. Stephen and Isaac and the boys and the girls, they'll take time out of your day, like as fairly soon on when you get there, to show them the rooms. So show you where the older boys live, where the younger boys live, now where the girls and that are staying, and like that's something that no other placement site has. So and they're so excited to show you. Like Stephen and Isaac will show you like their room where Isaac stays there, and they'll have like photos of previous Zambia groups and stuff like that, and little things that they just take so much pride in showing you. I guess you can't really get that at the other placement sites because it doesn't have it. I guess it makes the guys and the girls that stay there, it is home to them. So yes, every kid loves the placement site and they go there and they love it, but they really do love it. It's home, and Stephen and Isaac, they're like their dads. The kids are like their brothers and sisters, and you're like a brother and sister to them. Like I speak to Isaac and Stephen all the time still now, and I call them my brothers, they call me my sister. Like you say Fountain family and you think, oh yeah, family, that's nice, but it's not. They're just as much my brothers as my actual sisters and my sisters. The evenings for me, like, it's obviously not what you go out for Zambia to do, but it does add something so different to your experience, and it's another real great positive. Like within a day or 2 days, you'll know absolutely everything about everyone that you're with, from when they're going to the toilet to when they're sleeping to what they're wearing, you will know everything about them, but that's what makes it so great. You're so close to them. So I guess the first thing that everyone wants to do when they come home is just talk about the day, because like I said earlier, no 2 days are the same, and no 2 placements are the same, so you're almost rushing through the door saying, oh, I can't wait to tell this story of this and that, and everyone is so excited to hear it, whether you've never been to the placement that your friend's talking about, or whether you have been there and you've seen it little bits, you understand what they're talking about even if you haven't totally seen it. So I guess a lot of your day is like just going back and like seeing what other people have done, and then cooking, the joys of cooking. We had 14 in our group, some of you might be lucky to have smaller groups. The joys of cooking, when it's your cooking day, that takes a full evening, if not a full day, to mentally prepare yourself to cook and clean for 14 different people. But again, that's great, because it's time to chill out with your placement partner, and it's like just you two in there, everyone else is, and it's like real nice time to say, oh, wasn't this great, or what are you going to do tomorrow, like a bit of informal planning for sessions and stuff, and just like a bit of crack. Like you and your placement partner are the only people that know what you do every day, and that's probably the only time that it's just you two and like totally chilled and totally away from your placement, time to reflect and time to like crack on and try and make an edible meal for 14 people. And then what we did, which I'm not sure if other groups did it, but I absolutely loved it, and I can't take any credit, the boys in our group organised it, but we did loads of like quizzes and stuff, because so best thing about it is that no one's on the phone. You've got your little £10 Zambia phone that you might use to message your peer leaders or like JP or anyone that's out there, your staff members, but you don't speak to anyone. You like every now and again ring home and let them know you're all right, but you don't want to, you're just in a little bubble. So it's like we brought things with us as well, like for the table that we had dinner on, like when we weren't having dinner, it was a table tennis net. Obviously you can get those and bring them out. That was a very competitive league with and like just loads of like random things, like the evening's honestly class, because no one's watching TV, no one's on like social media, no one's ringing the boyfriend or the girlfriend, like everyone's just in it, and like not using power. Like for us, the power went off every second night, so you're doing all of this in pitch black, like it just honestly adds to your experience so much. And then I guess the only other thing you do is try and get the mud off you. You think you've got a real nice tan, and everyone that's ever been over the same. Then you get home and you have your shower and you're like, oh no, that was just dirt, or that was just muck. You've not got a tan one bit because you've had a heavy protection of dust and muck on you. But yeah, the evenings are like, again, it's the same. No evening is the same. You'll go out and play football in the garden, or you'll speak to some neighbours, or you might go for a run if you get home a bit early or something like that. But the evenings are just as good as, well, it's different, but it adds a whole new different element to the day, and that's where you really get that click with your group, and you get some like quality time with your group. My top tip would probably be, and it sounds a bit daft, but really take the time to get to know the kids and the peer leaders. So I think sometimes you get sucked into, I'm here to coach them, and I'm here to kind of have the games with them and teach them how to play football or netball or basketball, but you don't. They've all got the most amazing background story and life story and upbringing, and I think I'd been about 2.5 weeks before I sat down with someone and had a conversation, and they told me all about everything from their childhood right through to where they're living now, to their grandparents, to their sisters, and I just thought, oh my God, I've been teaching you for every day, all day, every day for 2.5 weeks, and I didn't know anything of this about you. And the peer leaders the same, like you spend all this time with them, and you know them so well, and you think you know them so well, but there's so much you don't. So like I'd try and spend a little bit of time in every day, totally aside from coaching, totally aside from playing, just speaking to them and getting to know them on that different level that you might not do if you just coached them and you just played with them. And just really find out everything there is to know, and let them know about you. Like they're desperate to know about your mums, your dads, your brothers, your sisters, your grandma and grandpa, your school, your uni, anything. Like Stephen and Isaac always say to me every single day, Polly till I die, and it's only because I chewed their ear off about Northumbria all the time. So like they love it. They get right into what you are, and you get right into what they are. Just enjoy every single moment. It will be the best experience of your life. It's 3 years ago that I came back, and there's not a day goes by that I don't think about it. make the most of every minute, make the most of every weekend. Your weekends are huge, don't waste them, and just enjoy it. Get to know your placement partner, get to know your group, and get to know everyone in there, and just prepare for the best 6 weeks, or staff members, I guess 3 weeks, that you will ever have. And feel free to get in touch when you're back for some Zam chat, because there'll be plenty of people on the other end of the phone call wanting to listen to your stories and talk about it, and you'll be well in the Zambia alumni group of people that just make people sick of speaking about Zambia.